The secret life of forests. Forests are not just landscapes filled with trees. They are vast, breathing civilizations, alive with intelligence, mystery, and resilience. They stretch across continents, from the misty temperate rainforests of the Pacific Northwest to the tangled mangroves of Southeast Asia, from the birch groves of Siberia to the emerald Amazon basin. Together, they cover about one-third of Earth's land surface, yet they hold over 80% of terrestrial species of animals, plants, and fungi. To step into a forest is not merely to enter nature. It is to step into the oldest and most intricate community on the planet, a living superorganism. Though they appear as separate individuals, trees within a forest behave more like organs of a single superorganism. Hidden beneath our feet lies the mycorrhizal network, a vast underground web of fungi linking tree roots together. Through it, trees exchange sugars, minerals, and even chemical warnings. A birch may send nutrients to a shaded fir. A mother tree may feed its own seedlings. Some scientists call this system the wood wide web. Above ground, the forest acts as a massive biochemical factory. Trees inhale carbon dioxide and exhale oxygen, stabilizing the very atmosphere we breathe. A single mature oak can release enough oxygen each year to support 2 people. Multiply that by billions, and you realize why forests are called the lungs of the earth. The Great Northern Forests. The world's largest forest is not the Amazon, but the boreal forest, also called the taiga. Stretching across Canada, Scandinavia, and Siberia, it spans over 17 million square kilometers, nearly a third of all forested land. Winters here can last 7 months, with temperatures plummeting to minus 40 degrees Celsius. Yet life has evolved in ingenious ways to endure. Moose and elk develop enormous bodies, conserving heat by minimizing surface area. Lynxes grow thick fur-covered paws that work like natural snowshoes. Even trees follow survival rules. Deciduous birches and aspens shed their leaves to reduce water loss, while pines and spruces keep their needle-like foliage coated in wax to resist freezing winds. These strategies are the product of millennia of adaptation to some of Earth's harshest conditions. Silence that isn't silent. In midwinter, the boreal forest seems hushed, but beneath the snow lies a hidden kingdom. The snowpack creates an insulating blanket, where temperatures hover just above freezing. Voles, shrews, and lemmings build tunnels here, scurrying unseen. Their presence feeds owls, weasels, and foxes that listen intently for the faintest sound beneath the snow. Meanwhile, larger dramas unfold. Wolves roam in family packs, chasing reindeer herds across frozen rivers. Ravens follow them, waiting for leftovers, while eagles soar above, ready to claim their share. Even in this frozen silence, the forest is alive with constant negotiation for survival. The awakening of spring. As the sun climbs higher, snow melts and rivers swell with icy torrents. Dormant trees sense the change. Sap rises, buds burst, and entire landscapes transform almost overnight. Migratory birds return in their millions. Warblers, swallows, and cranes fill the skies with song. Insects reappear, offering food for hatchlings. The forest becomes a stage for renewal. Bears, thin from hibernation, dig up roots and search for berries. Amphibians emerge from muddy burrows. Orchids bloom in shady glades, each flower shaped for a specific pollinator. Within weeks, what seemed lifeless has become one of the most active ecosystems on Earth. Tropical rainforests, engines of diversity. If the boreal forests are kingdoms of endurance, the tropical rainforests are kingdoms of abundance. Nowhere on Earth is life more prolific than in places like the Amazon, Congo Basin, or Southeast Asian jungles. Though they cover just 6% of the planet's surface, these forests are home to over 50% of all known species. In the Amazon alone, scientists have cataloged 16,000 species of trees, more than in all of Europe and North America combined. A single hectare may contain 400 different species. Colorful toucans, stealthy jaguars, slow-moving sloths, and microscopic fungi all weave into this web of life. Rainforests also control water cycles on a continental scale. Through transpiration, billions of trees release moisture into the atmosphere, creating clouds that drift and fall again as rain. Without the Amazon, much of South America would become arid savanna. Scientists call this phenomenon a flying river. Homes in the trees. Forests are not flat landscapes, but vertical cities. At the top, the canopy bathes in sunlight, hosting monkeys, parrots, and butterflies. Below, the understory is cooler and darker, filled with frogs, insects, and snakes. At ground level, large mammals patrol, tigers in Asia, tapirs in South America, gorillas in Africa. But forests don't just shelter wildlife. They provide homes for humans too. For tens of millions of people, forests remain larders, pharmacies, and temples. The Yanomami of the Amazon, the Sami of Scandinavia, and the Dayak of Borneo all rely on forest knowledge passed down for centuries. The engineers of the future, seeds and animals. Forests survive because animals carry their future. Squirrels bury acorns, often forgetting their own caches, giving oaks a chance to sprout. Birds like jays or hornbills swallow fruits and scatter seeds over kilometers. In Australia, cassowaries, giant, flightless birds, are known as rainforest gardeners, spreading the seeds of over 100 tree species. Some seeds are astonishingly adapted to their dispersers. The Brazil nut tree, for instance, depends entirely on a specific orchid bee for pollination and on agoutis, a type of rodent, to crack its tough fruits and bury the nuts. Without this partnership, Brazil nut trees could not reproduce. The water factories of the world. Forests are not passive, they actively shape weather. A single mature tree can lift hundreds of liters of water into the sky every day. Collectively, forests cool entire regions, generate rainfall, and even influence global wind currents. Without forests, the climate would spiral further into instability. Scientists warn that deforestation of the Amazon is approaching a tipping point. If too much is cleared, the forest could collapse into dry savanna, releasing billions of tons of carbon and accelerating global warming. Protecting forests is not only about saving beauty, it is about preserving the very systems that make Earth habitable. Death and renewal. Nothing in the forest truly dies. When a giant cedar falls, it becomes a nurse log, feeding fungi, mosses, and seedlings. Insects tunnel through its wood, birds nest in its hollows, and slowly it transforms into rich soil. This recycling of life is endless, a perfect loop honed by evolution over hundreds of millions of years. Humanity and the forest. From the dawn of civilization, humans have lived in forests, feared them, and depended on them. Myths from Norse Yggdrasil to Amazonian spirits testify to the awe forests inspire. Today, however, humanity is their greatest threat. Every year, over 10 million hectares of forest are lost, mostly to agriculture and logging. Yet hope remains. Reforestation projects in China, Costa Rica, and Ethiopia show that forests can recover when given a chance. The eternal symphony. To walk through a forest is to witness time itself, the slow stretch of roots, the fleeting life of insects, the patient cycles of decay and rebirth. Forests do not simply grow, they orchestrate. They cool the air, summon the rains, shape the soil, and sustain nearly every form of life on land. They are not just backdrops to human history. They are the stage upon which all of life's drama has unfolded. And if they vanish, so too does the story of humanity.